Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Advanced Wars by Web commentary by me, super noob casual player. So yeah, as per suggested, I cropped the screen much more. Oh, I try my best. The problem is every map is different, so I have to do it to adjust the cropping every single time, I guess. So you can't see the map name. I can't even see it anymore. No, I can just barely see it. I had to scroll all the way down. So this map is a Darkling Woods, and I started, a whole bunch of Z matches, and I also started a global standard matches, not the live league, the global league. And yeah, I chose standard matches. So this is a global standard Hawke versus Hawke mirror match. Uh, like I said, this is the Darkling Woods, so they say this is what they call a mixed base match where you have, bases like zigzagging across the map where, your base is next to the enemy base basically. So yeah. So hopefully this is a little bit easier to see. It's probably still not because it's a vertical map. It'd be better if it was a horizontal map. I think a lot of maps are vertical. Maybe it's for people to play on the phone, mobile phone, right? Yeah. So unfortunately, this part is taking up a huge part of the screen because otherwise I'd have to like stretch out the battle section and it'll probably look really funny, right? Uh, yeah. All right. So this is the first global match that I actually finished. So yeah, right. So I did do some Z matches, like I said. I didn't do any more live league matches, and usually I'm playing Diablo 2, but this game is kind of getting in the way of playing Diablo 2, so I've made less Diablo 2 videos lately. But I should probably play some more Diablo 2 anyway. I should play more other games actually, right? So enough rambling there. I mean, if you're here watching my videos, most likely you enjoy my rambling, I guess. I don't know. Right. I'm not expert at games or commentary or anything. Right. So, yeah. So this is an interesting map because, let's see. You have, right. So blue has a base over here and it's airport over here. You don't even have to go capture it. You start with the airport and you have, did I do something already? Right. I built a unit. Right. So, right. So, right. Red, you have the two bases here. You have to capture it, but there are two bases right over here. You got the base in the airport, over here. Those are the two labs. And then on the blue side, you got the airport and the base. Airport and the base. So usually the airports you have to go capture. So this is interesting. And these are you have infantry right next to the neutral bases. So I guess that's how they balance it. Because sometimes they try to offset it so that player one or player two doesn't have a distinct advantage. Usually, like player two will start off with an extra city or something. So yeah. So he gets infantry over here actually. So that's interesting. So he can start capturing the income right away while I'm still trying to capture the bases. All right. So yeah, you can see base. So these two bases are kind of connected. These two bases are kind of connected. This one is isolated and this one is isolated. And there's two comp towers across the river and then in the mountains. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Again, most of these maps I've never seen before and never played, but I did halfway through the match. I end up stumbling across somebody else's commentary and figured out the winning strategy. So let's see if we can determine when I actually figured it out. Right. It's probably most likely near the end of the match. So I started with, infantry and of course capturing my neutral bases. And you got the opposing Hawke turn. He, of course, in turn captures base and building the infantry, and he can start with capturing the cities right away. I still haven't. I think usually you want to capture the cities like near the enemy, I guess, as soon as possible. But also that could be seen as like a greedy capture. Like in mixed base, it's kind of hard because literally like we're like if you go like I mean he can definitely get these and I can kind of get these, but they're kind of far away from me. I mean they're like in the between, so these are probably like yeah you're supposed to figure out like this. I guess this is the contested areas like right. these are contested because they're like in the middle of the two bases, and then these like right across the river, and these mountains over here most likely contested because they're right in front of each other. But like it's a struggle. Like how you determine you go to the middle across the river or between the mountains and forests. Like yeah, I mean these mixed base matches definitely a challenge in my opinion. And I'm just capturing. I usually try to go from the cities away from my base first, right? So getting like I want to get to that comp tower. I don't know why, even though it doesn't help with the economy. Okay, this one I went over here. I think the goal is go over here, then I can capture that one next. So I'm gonna capture that and go for the comp tower. Or maybe I forgot. Sometimes I don't even capture the comp towers right away because it doesn't provide income. And he's going similar path as I am. And he's capturing the remaining two cities over there. And now let's see. Finish the capture. Of course, same thing. Go to the safe cities. It's easier to capture the safe cities, get that income build up quicker. So I do have the 10K. I should be building a tank somewhere. Okay, yeah. So at first I'm like, oh, there's two bases here, so this is the strong side, right? I still haven't figured out the strong side, weak side stuff. Like, oh, I watched, the DJ's videos and I rewatched them, and I don't know. I'm My initial thought is I have two bases here, so this is my strong side. But if you think about it, you got a base airport. You have a corridor over here potentially. So this is actually the weak base, and this is the strong base, right? So this is the isolated base. This is isolated base. So yeah, basically, spoilers. The winning strategy is go go push down with your airports and your bases. Because if you think about it, so that's like two bases, two airports. You're gonna slam down on this only two bases. You have potentially four units, and they only have two units here. Just crush them down, and yeah. And same thing with blue has to go up and try to conquer my base. Yeah. So let's see at what point we actually try doing that. Of course, I didn't know anything about this map before I started the match. And yeah, for this was tier one. I didn't even mention. Yeah, this is tier one matchup, and I chose Hawke because global damage. I don't know. And Van Bolt was banned for this one, so I didn't go for him. So I just go for the global damage because that's easier to pilot. And we're just building up the infantries. And he went all. Wait, no, he's. Let's see. Yeah, he went all in on infantry, all in for economy. Yeah, so I don't know. DJ's video says always get that first tank if you can afford it, but don't base skip to get the tank. Enemy Hawk decided not to get the tank. Oh, instead he's going for the transport copter. So yeah, you're gonna see something funny. I found it to be funny. You would think this is my comp tower and this is his comp tower, right? I mean, yeah. So we're going for, I went for the comp tower. Now I'm trying to spread across over here to get these cities before he can get them. And I move my tank over here. I'm like, there's no way. Is he going, like, why would he build that? He's going for here? Like, let me try to position this tank over here, try to stop it. Because why else would he get the transport copter? He doesn't need it to get over here. He could just walk there, right? So of course, I'm building mass infantries. Wait, did I not build? I didn't have enough money for it. I wasn't even paying attention. Okay. Wait, seriously? I have 8K. Right, I don't have enough for a tank, right? Because they just build one infantry in each base. Right, so at the beginning, definitely do not base skip. Base skipping is probably only in the late game when you have a massive advantage and you just want to get your money's worth with like a neo tank or a bomb or something. And I'm like, absolute mad lad, he went for it. Interesting enough, why didn't he put the infantry over there? That would have been quicker, maybe. Or maybe to go, I don't know. And I'm like I said earlier, like Com Tower, it doesn't improve the economy. So I don't really focus too much on the Com Tower. And he goes for the first battle copter, so that will blow my tank to smithereens for sure. But I have some money saved up by now. So I'm moving my infantry to try to intercept that. I use my tank to blow up the T copter. Of course, it doesn't work. And I build the anti-air to ward off that copter over there. And instead of capturing, I just go for to attack the infantry because I'm on a city and he has a mountain. So we're both not going to take too much damage. But if I go for the capture, he'll definitely attack me the next turn and do massive damage because he has the high ground advantage. And I'm greedy here. I'm going for it. I'm figuring if he attacks me, I'll just finish off his infantry with my two infantry. Right. In fact, I went ahead and attacked him on the mountain, which is disadvantage, but it's to if he does do the counterattack, I'll take minimal damage. I can't remember if I took that city or not. Yeah, I mean it's not a problem, but like the thing with these matches is they span across multiple days, so it's hard to remember what exactly I was doing or playing a train of thought. So yeah, so tons and tons of infantries, no base skipping. Okay. But there are some matches where I just end up forget and accidentally base skipping. There's one match when I'm still ongoing, but I completely forgot to build infantry in two of the bases, which is a massive blunder. And then he goes back in there and goes that. I don't know why he unloaded the first time. I guess he was afraid I might blow up the transport copter, but I didn't. Okay, so he's going for the city right across from here. I would have went for that one, honestly. I mean, I could stop it, of course, but he, I mean, I guess it might as well, right? And he can reinforce, right? Oh, he went for both of them, actually. My mistake. And he's going for my lab. He's going for my HQ, but there's actually two of them. And then he comes in, and bam, free, easy kill for him because my all my troops are up top in the weak base, which I wasn't aware of, which of the weak base. And instead of interrupting, he just went. Well, I don't think he could because he's on the mountain, so he couldn't make the three steps. He could only do the two. Wait, let me see. Oh, actually, he could have interrupted my capture. That's interesting. I don't know why he did not do that. And he goes for a tank over here. Now he's feeling pressure over here. I have a wave of infantry going up top there. So he builds the tank over there. And now it's my turn. Finishing the capture and just YOLO, just go attack his infantry with my infantry. I don't know what's the point. And of course I have to take care of that. I don't want to lose the lab. You know, it turns out I have another one right there, so maybe it wasn't that big of a deal. It doesn't provide income as far as I can tell. So instead of attacking here and interrupting his capture, I'm just going to come here and take the city. So yeah, I don't know. You're supposed to disrupt the enemy economy or secure your own economy or try to do both, but I built the anti-air here to ward off his copter. And YOLO, just attack his city infantry. I don't know why. That's probably a blunder. I figured if I come here, try to capture, he's just gonna come and attack me and is just gonna stop me. So I just pull back here and oh shoot, why did I just do that? Oh my God. Right, so the anti-air will just, come in here and the anti-air will just come. Oh, I was clicking on the OBS. So the anti-air will just come in and annihilate the copter or that one. So, but that was probably, I probably should have just left the infantry over there. Technical difficulties. Sorry about that. And I'm putting my anti-air and tank to this, pushing it south. I'm like, forget it. He can have the comm tower. Let me go focus on the economy instead. Because by the time it'll take me like 3 turns to get here, so like I don't even care. It's just a 10% boost. And I'm like, you know what? You wait, what day is this again? I can't. Oh, this is day 6. So I'm like, you did that, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe he went for that. Oh no, yeah, right. So so I just captured, put this over here, load it on, load. Oh, I'm looking at the OBS. So I load the infantry over here and unload, so next turn he can come over here, and he cannot attack me yet. So so we're gonna try it. I don't know if I actually capture this or not, or just plop him down, but at the very least I can try, and then I can put the infantry into there next turn. Oh, I already did, right. Right, so I have the infantry over here, and it's going to go over there. Sometimes I'm looking at the OBS instead of over here, so that is a little bit confusing. Yeah, because the OBS monitor is actually closer to my face, and my regular monitor is widescreen and it's huge, and I can't really see anything. Plus, it's not cropped. Everything is cropped on the OBS recording screen, so it's easier to see over there. So let's see. Now he's just moving his transport copter there, but so now he's moving in his infantry, finishes off my infantry coming across the river. So he's trying to connect this area. I didn't even realize these two bases were connected, and this is actually the strong side. And he comes in to interrupt and annihilates my infantry. But I'm okay with that because I can just come on here and deal massive first strike to his infantry. And he builds a copter and a tank up there because he's feeling threatened by my anti-air and tank, of course. And yeah, like I said, that was a terrible mistake. He just gets free damage on my infantry, and my infantry is useless, and it should have stayed there to protect the city. So yeah, definitely some misplays on my end. Not doing too hot. I'm behind on unit count and unit value and income. So I was like, oh my goodness, do I have to concede, resign? But yeah, I decided no more resigning. Just gonna play it to the bitter end. I'm honestly surprised uh, he didn't make it like anti-air over here to try to intercept, but I guess it wouldn't have worked anyway. And I go ahead and go for that city capture over there. And of course, this infantry can occupy any troops over here and they can't interrupt me over there. And I get the infantry kill. And just disrupt the economy and have a horde of infantry over here so they can try to come and finish this off even if the tank attacks me. And I decide to attack again. I don't know. And I don't know what was I guess like it's just infantry. If he comes and kills my infantry with the battle tank or whatever, copter or whatever, I don't care. Because at this point, I don't know. I'm YOLOing. Well, definitely I can't put the battle anti-air up here to ward off the copter because the battle tank will blow it up. So I'm figure let me just come here, take care of his infantry before it can overrun my base, right? Build another infantry because I know I'm about to lose all these infantry, so let me just build more. And I go ahead and go for the capture because he's capturing here, and although he could interrupt over here, but I have an infantry waiting to reinforce or attack, etc., and also anti-air as well. That's weird. Why did I build anti-air? Oh, because of this copter over here. But I did make sure the tank cannot reach me. Oh, was this copter in a response to try to intercept that? Maybe? Let me unclick that. So I'm like, let me move my infantry away before the tank annihilates it. And I move my anti-air and tank into a more defensive position. He gets a second comm tower and reinforced caps. And goes attacks that one. Interrupts my capture. Finishes off my other infantry. And he goes up top to capture that city. And massive first strike damage with the tank. And finishes off my infantry. So that was, yeah, I wasted a bunch of infantry doing that. But the value swung a little bit. I have more income. I mean, I have more infantry. I have more units, but the value is, well, once he builds his units, it's more even. He builds a copter, an infantry, a tank, infantry, infantry. Okay. And he's just putting his T-copter there in case to block, in case I try to capture that. And he finishes off my remaining infantry over there. Go ahead and drop that off. The idea is to block here so the infantry can come attack here. He cannot uh, come and attack, interrupt my comm tower. Right. I made sure he can come and attack here and oh wait, what? Why did I do that? That's interesting. Sometimes I don't, wow, what the hell was I thinking? Hmm. I guess I just want to disrupt that capture. Oh, right. Never mind. Okay. No, no, he can actually totally come onto the city and annihilate, blow up my anti-air, but I guess that's why I built the tank in response, so he can come here, attack me, and I'll counterattack. But that's actually bad because he'll put his tank on the city, and I'll be at a disadvantage. So that's still a bad play on my end. Even though I cover my tank, he could easily come in with the two copters and the tank, blow up the tank, and have two copters ready to blow up my tank. So that was actually a really bad move. Now that in hindsight, that's a pretty bad move. And I went ahead and blew up his infantry with my infantry to protect my tank. But maybe what I think I should have done is attack with the tank over here, then attack with his infantry, then go capture with the third infantry. But I think I decided, let me just destroy the infantry and leave my tank protected, because if he blows up my tank, I can't blow up his tank, and it'll just go ahead and destroy my anti-air. I think that's what I was trying to do, trying to be more defensive. I can sacrifice the infantry; it's easier to get more. And we're gonna go ahead and destroy the infantry, and I think, and we go build more infantry and destroy his capture and retreat. And I don't know what I was thinking. The anti-air should have stayed here to ward off the copters, but I decided let me try to destroy that T-copter. Who cares about that T-copter, right? Build more infantry, infantry. So I did build a battle copter down there because I figured my battle copter will ward off any copters there. And I foolishly went trying to go for the capture again. He has 3 units over here. Easily can reinforce for a fourth one. Maybe I thought I was just going to counter with my battlecopter, even still, that's 2 versus 1. And the battlecopter is out of range. And I went ahead and attacked that infantry over there because if I put the anti-air over here, it'll just get blown up by the tank. And I just build more infantry. I I'm not sure, but I think this is might be the part where I realize I should be building copters to overrun the base over here. But you can see it's very vulnerable because he could just build some tanks over here and blow up my anti-air. But I think he does actually. So there you go. He builds a tank right away to respond to my anti-air. And he's trying to stop my comm tower capture. And he's going to go for my comm tower as well. Now he's just annihilating all my troops over here, and he's blocking off the comm tower capture with his tank. And I'm like, oh shoot. He got the unit value and the income advantage, but I have more units. And he decides to just go ahead and trap my infantry. So I can't counter strike with my tank. So that's a pretty good move on his part, I think. And he's coming in with the copter, blowing my units up. He's just sitting on my city with his tank because if he attacks here, I'll just counterattack. So that's pretty good. And then he builds another copter to blow these units up. The only problem is now he base skipped. So the pros say never ever base skip early game. This is only, let me see. This is only day 9. You can't see here, but this is only day 9. Oh, I should have made the crop to have the, oh shoot. Now I just realized I should have this move down a little bit and then can have the day counter over here. Okay, next episode, all right. Can we move this? Yeah, it's day 9. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, definitely next episode I'll try to see, because there's a lot of space here, so I'll try to include the day counter. Oh God, now it's all messed up. Okay. Oh well, it's not 100% the same. Yeah, that's about right. Something like that. All right, yeah. So next time I'll move this down a little bit so I can include the day counter. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Okay, so I go for his comm tower on the mountainside here. And I'm like, you know what? YOLO. I think this is the point where I realized after I watched commentary, I have to focus down, hunker down on his base. That's why I'm sending everything down here. So, and then I send my tank in so he can go ahead. He can go ahead and blow up my anti-air with his tank, and I'll just blow up his tank with my tank. But the only problem is his copters can blow up my tank as well. And I go ahead and attack this infantry so it can't come over here. It can't blow up my T-copter. And now I go ahead and build a a copter over here. So if he does send a copter here to blow up my tank, I'll just send my copter to blow up their copter. Infantry. So now I decided strongest units all the way over here. We're going to double pincer attack on their weak base, isolated base here. And we're just going to start flooding the infantry over here, capturing everything in sight. And we're going to go ahead and block off the base here with the infantry so I can build an anti-air. Like I said, just moving all these infantries. Who cares about this copter? I don't care. I mean, I have the anti-air over here, but we're just going to go ahead and keep on pressuring him on the top flank. And I went ahead and just joined them so that he can't. So instead of one hit KOing, I mean, because his infantry is damaged. If I left it at 7 HP, he'll definitely die against these two infantry. But with 9 HP, he might survive, especially on the city. And I go ahead and just move my transport copter over here. Then now he can't double team, and I have the defensive advantage now. And I go ahead and just blow up his infantry, because why not? Because right now his biggest threat is his infantry, because he's going to capture everything. And I'm like, you know what? This might be a waste of a copter because damaging his infantry to ruin his, capture game. And he's going to destroy my copter, but that's okay. He can destroy my copter, and he'll. So right, the idea is either he attacks my copter with his copter, or he attacks this infantry with these two copters to use the tank to blow up my anti-air. But the only problem is it's on the base, so it's going to repair itself. Uh, so yeah, and if he attacks my helicopter, he can't finish it off. Well, actually, he could have. All he had to do is just move this infantry, take two copters over there, and blow it up. But then my two anti-airs the next turn will just blow up his copters as well. That's the plan. And then I'm like, okay, everything down south. I built another. Was that another copter? Yeah, everything is down south, and we're just building lots of infantry over there. And I decided, forget this copter over here. I'm just gonna attack over here and finish off that infantry, and then I can get the first strike on his tank, which he was trying to prevent by blocking me off. But I figured out the way, and now I have the. I'm still behind on income, but I'm ahead on unit value, unit count, and unit value. Of course, I'm mostly just blowing up his infantry, but now I expected a counterattack, but instead he just pulls everything back. And now he's trying to attack my anti-air with his tank. I mean, he's moving it towards. So now he's doing a little bit more defensive. Oh, he just joined capture. Oh, that's interesting because that he just deleted a unit basically. But he does get some income back from that. But he could have used that 4 HP infantry as a meat shield or something. And this is going on forever. Let me try speeding things up. But I mean, I'm trying to analyze it, and that infantry probably, yeah, it did its job to occupy them so it doesn't come capture to stop my uh, com tower capture. And then of course I have copters that can come and attack them anyway. And now he's pushing up into my northern base with his best units. So maybe he has the same strategy. Now he's just going to blow up just go all in on the northern base and defend his southern base. But I have way more units. Okay, he was able to build a lot this turn actually. And just continuing capturing, got the comm tower, and attack his strongest infantry. And I just joined that. And do massive damage. And here's a mistake I think. What I should have did was take the tank and blow up his tank. But instead I went ahead and attacked, trying to chase down that copter. It didn't do anything, used the infantry again. Now, all these units are completely exposed to his tank and copters over there. And I'm like, let me just keep on pushing down forward. I don't care about his copter. I don't care about his tank, his infantry. We're just going to try to occupy this base so he can't reinforce down south. And this side, I don't even know. The side, it's definitely falling apart on this flank. And then that was a miss blunder. I mean, the anti-air killing damaging the copter is fine. I should have retreated back here and tried to take care of that tank. And I go down south and attack. So I took care of that infantry so I can access that attack and blows up his tank. I'm building another copter over here, but what I should have done is build the copter over here so I can go threaten this tank. I don't know what I was thinking. I built on that side instead. I guess I was trying to kill these infantry so to make way for my infantry, but that was a mistake because I should have been focused on blowing up his tanks because he's going to blow up my tank and the anti-air. And go ahead and just do more damage to his infantry because that's gonna disrupt me. And I decide to just go ahead and protect my tank with the T-copter over there and go in more attacks. And I'm moving the infantry over here to try to delay this side, protect it a little bit. More infantry, more infantry. All right. Still trying not to base skip, so I have huge amounts, a wave of infantry over here. And I'm like, do I try to, what do I do? Retreat? Do I join or something? No, let me just keep on capturing this. It's not unlikely to capture anything, but he at least it might distract him and he'll waste a turn attacking it and let my full HP infantry come down on his base. And he resigned. So I actually won this one. Uh, I think, uh, oh God, it's all messed up. So I think if he tried to focus more on top here instead of building all those copters over there. I mean, I guess he kind of had to, right? But what he should have did, I mean, the 2 infantry per turn wouldn't be enough maybe, but try the infantry over here, definitely get an anti-air, take care of these copters or something. He did have some tanks over here, so I think he was doing better at the beginning maybe, but well, he definitely had the economy. I think he was ahead of me with the economy the whole time actually. But yeah, definitely yeah, so I don't know. I think we both made some bad plays, but I guess in the end, he made more bad plays than I did maybe. But yeah, I think it definitely helped when I watched that video. It's like what ended up happening was blue team the blue team captured and flipped that base. The red team captured and flipped that base. So that's when I realized I should focus everything, pour everything down south. And I guess he realized that was my strategy and he just gave up because I pretty much annihilated his southern forces. But I think he could have put up a fight, honestly. He has 21 AK income. My northern front is it's all infantry. He could have just came in. I was actually worried with his tanks and copters. He just swoop in and destroy everything. He could blow up my tank with his copters, or one of them at least, and then with his tanks just blow up my anti-air. But of course, I'll do my best to just slow him down with all this infantry. I mean, but yeah, he had all these copters and tanks coming in here. He could have done. I think he was trying to do the same thing when he realized what I was doing, but I feel like he probably could have held on a few more turns, maybe possibly turn around because my forces down here, it's very vulnerable to the tanks blowing up my anti-air, but I do have the copters as well to blow up his tanks, I guess. But if he built anti-air, I can't respond. I mean, I guess I think my next turn, if I started next turn, I would have built a tank or either here or here, and then just go attack any anti-airs that he built. But yeah, I had yeah, I did have it in the bag. He had way more forces down here, and even though these are all weak infantry, it'll take him a while to take care of them. I'm honestly surprised he didn't attack more on the south side over here with his copters. But I guess yeah. So yeah, hopefully you learned something about this map, and maybe you found this replay interesting. And yeah, I think this was a pretty good match. And uh, if I did not watch that video, if I did not stumble across that video where you have to focus on flipping the base, I might have lost. Because I definitely struggle with these mixed base maps because I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. And if I didn't watch that video, I didn't even realize this is definitely the strong side because even though the two bases are separated, they're backed up by air and you can, pincer attack the isolated base. I was thinking this was the strong side because there's two bases over there. Yeah. So yeah, definitely it definitely helps to watch your own replays or other people's replays so you can your replays is to learn from your own mistakes and your opponent's mistakes, and then you watch other people's replays to learn their strategy on where to attack and what you should be aiming to do. All right. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll try to see if I can do more of these. Yeah. M- Live League is really stressful, so I don't know if I'll try to do it on the weekends, but on the weekdays I don't think I want to do it. I just want to, relax, farm some Diablo 2, just take some random turns on the Z matches or global matches. All right. So hopefully the next match will be just as entertaining. All right. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.